Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Our Canadian neighbors across the street, a couple of big things going on this property today, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. So let's go ahead and get today's episode started. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now, from taking a look at the project across the street here, it's probably not very difficult to summarize that this project is coming to a close very soon. I'm going to probably guess around the next 2 weeks everything will be done and it will be turned over to the homeowners. But today is a big milestone, and the milestone is kitchen cabinets and landscaping. Some groundwork is going into the back, some topsoil, which will open up the opportunity to put down some grass and some plants, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, is cabinetry. Hopefully the truck's not here yet, but also we're going to talk about some landscaping.
Good morning!
Good morning, good morning.
Now delivering the garden soil.
Oh yeah, that's right, we got the topsoil coming in today. Anyway, topsoil is being delivered, so they're dropping off the topsoil here, and they're going to transport the topsoil over into the yard over here on this side. And obviously the next logical step is, once they get the topsoil down, they'll be doing some grass. They'll be sodding the grass inside here. I saw over here this morning that one of the things that's being done, that it's a good idea to do, and has to do with proper planning, is if you're going to do an irrigation system, go ahead and get your irrigation system in ahead of time before everything goes down, so you don't have to dig everything later on. Dig your trenches for your pipe. Now, there are two options most people use when it comes down to the material to use for the irrigation system. You can either use PVC or you can use PPR. Over in our yard, across the street over at Villa Feliz, we went ahead with PPR. PPR is a lot stronger, it will last a lot longer time, and it's very durable. If somebody takes a shovel and they go into the ground, they're not going to break as easily into the PPR pipe as they will with the PVC pipe. Now, I haven't seen the lawn plan, the irrigation plan for this property yet, but the normal way you would do, you get a sheet of paper, a grid paper, and you can actually download that from some websites that have to do with lawn irrigation systems. And you're going to map out your patterns, all your patterns for your sprinkler heads that are going to pop up. And you just want to make sure, the important thing is you have the pattern so that one spray pattern overlaps the other spray pattern, so you don't have any dry spots inside your yard. So for something typical to this yard right here, you might put a head in this area right here, and it will cover this entire area here. You might put a head there, and the pattern would go across here, and so on and so forth, so that you have a full coverage of irrigation water going across your entire landscape. Now, also, when you're designing your irrigation plan for your yard, you have to take into consideration maybe some planting areas that you have, like this area right here, or maybe a area you might have some hedges or some lower lying plants that are going to be the accents around your house. You would use a different type of a sprinkler head than you would for the broadcasting sprinkler head that you would over here. So make sure that you put that as part of your irrigation plan. And here's some of the banana plants we donated to our neighbors over here, and this plant over here was about the size of this one over here, and this is just maybe 2 months worth of growth right here. You can see how quick the banana plants respond over here to really good soil. Well, there's just a bunch of stuff going on today. When you're building, expect the unexpected, and that's kind of what I didn't expect. This here is the automated gate opener company right here. And what they're doing over here, they're actually going to be installing automated gate openers for the two primary gates that go into the garage. And as you can see, here's some of the hardware that they have. Morning, Romeo.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So you can see this is part of the kit right here that they're using to do the installation. We'll kind of monitor that also. I imagine the way this is going to work, there'll be some type of motorized device right here, and we'll open the door in this way, and this one this way. They have an automatic door here, so it's going to be really easy for the owners to be able to just come in the evening time, press a button, drive right into the garage, press a button, and the door closes right behind them. Also, if you remember our good friends from KMC Ironworks right over here, this is Otto. This is the owner and proprietor of KMC. They're installing the hinge gate lock for the main door going in. So they're working on that also. So like I said, a lot of things going on here this morning. And then another big surprise, remember Edgar. Edgar actually has a plant nursery. You've been with me many times to Edgar's site over in Rosario. And he's the one in charge of doing all the landscape, all the grass, all the things necessary for them to have a beautiful yard here. So I imagine the soil that's your soil that you had delivered here, and you're gonna be doing leveling it out of the soil, yes. Getting started there. Well, very good, we're gonna cover that today as well.
Biga, Jason!
Day two of the installation, and I left yesterday because I had a meeting with the Rotary in our local Rotary organization here in Lipa, so I didn't get to see the final installation here. So you can see here's part of the installation. What I'll try to do, I'll try to get with the owner in just a little bit, and so they can do a test. And this is all covered up. I think they're doing some painting over here, so we'll check all this out to see how this works in a little bit. Now one of the owners here, the wife, V, she's actually doing some programming. They have one of these really super smart locks that can be everything, open and closed, and she's doing the programming over here for one of these. Wow, this looks like something from NASA right here. This is crazy. Look at this right here. So that's what you're doing now, you're programming this, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so we'll check the, once you get that, is this got a camera? Is that a camera?
No, that's for the thumb.
Oh, it's a thumb, it's biometrics. Oh, that is so neat. So we'll check that out once that gets installed. Something I wanted to do real briefly is to just walk in. Remember we said yesterday there was going to be an installation of the kitchen cabinets. Well, they didn't show up yesterday, but they did show up today, and they delivered the materials, and they're inside all these boxes. So we'll continue to follow up. Once these get open and the installation starts in here, we'll do a follow-up on this as well. Well, the cabinet installers are finally here, and they're doing their magic on the kitchen installation. We'll keep an eye on this, see how it's going. All right, Gerard is going to do a test. He's going to do a test of the gates, so we can see the opening and the closing. Okay, it's on you, Gerard. Nice. And then the only other thing, they have to put the stop. There's a little stop that goes in the bottom right there, right? Awesome. And everything looks straight. Looks really good. Well, here it is, the end of day 2 of this episode right here. The landscaping team, Edgar over here with the red hat and the blue shirt, he's from the nursery in Rosario. He's the one that's in charge of this project, landscaping. So they got topsoil put down right now. They're working on the topsoil. They'll complete out the topsoil over in this area over here. They'll do some pampering. They'll do the same in the back. And then I think one day later, they will start putting the sod down. And we'll make sure that we capture that as well. What you doing?
There's a lot of calamansi here.
Oh, I'm gonna get some fresh calamansi juice today. Oh, there is a lot. Oh, look at there. Oh.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to capture a little bit about how they do the installation of sod over here. It's a little bit different from what you do in North America, but it all ends up with the same results. You get a beautiful lawn. They piece these together in smaller sections and just kind of piecemeal together where, and normally in North America, it will come on a roll or it'll come on a pallet, and it's usually about this thick with a lot of the soil up underneath the sod or the grass itself, and they'll lay it out in squares. And really within like 2 to 3 hours, you have a full yard. A little bit more labor intensive here, but again, the results end up being the same. We're gonna go ahead and wrap today's video up. We got enough covered to show you kind of where we're at right now. You can see V and family, they are actually starting to do some of the stuff that used to be sitting around the Bayacubo when there used to be a Bayacubo here. And they're starting to move some of the plants for the decoration along the front. We have a half-meter setback here for nothing but planting right here. But let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the inside. Look at the golden palms here, yellow golden palms. Oh, those are gonna look so nice there. Good choice. And we can see even on this side, they already have the grass going here. And I'm assuming what this little strip is going to be here, it's probably gonna be a stone, like a stone walkway like we have over in the backyard of Villa Feliz, so that you could walk on the stones instead of on the grass taking to the back. So they pretty much got this side done, all this side right here, but I don't know if they've done any in the back, but we'll cover that on the next episode. Also on the inside, we'll see where the cabinetry guys actually finished up inside here real quick. And hey Gerard, mind if I jump in here real quick, take a look? Okay, well good. So they were a little bit less than what you see inside here, and I imagine tomorrow, I would be willing to bet tomorrow they're gonna finish up this project. Is that the plan, Gerard?
For the kitchen, yeah.
Yeah.
The CRs.
And they have, for the countertop, they're going to be using, what's the material for the countertop in here?
Quartz.
Quartz, they're gonna be doing quartz, just like what we did across the street. That's gonna look really good. I really like your selection of the doors, the color of the doors. And that's not wood, that's PVC. The doors themselves are PVC. And you're never going to have to worry about any problem with termites with that. So that's really interesting. All right, well, that's about it inside the house. We're going to go back outside and close out today's episode. Thanks, Gerard. Well, let's go ahead and close out today's video right here. We have a good idea of where our Canadian neighbor's build is. We've had a lot of people that were asking, what are the updates? Now, they really only have about 10 more days. The contractor only really has about 10 more days to finish this project because the goal is to be done by the end of the month. And we're getting close to the end of the month, about 10 days. So we will capture the important, the critical things that are happening. The completion of the cabinets on the inside. We'll continue to monitor some of the landscaping, because remember, the back of the yard still doesn't have anything back there. And there's still a little bit of painting and a little bit of patchwork that has to be done. The swimming pool has to get some of the water out. The water's starting to turn a little green back there because they haven't gotten all the filtration system and all turned on. And in the Philippines, if you don't put that proper amount of chemicals, that chlorine and the pH stabilizer, and constantly do the filtration, it will get green really quick in these temperatures. So again, that's it. Maybe about 2 more episodes and we're gonna close this one out. Whew, boy, I'm excited about this build of here. I don't know who's more excited, me or our Canadian neighbors. Well, I really know who. It's definitely our Canadian neighbors. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. And if you ring that bell, you'll be subscribed and notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the beautiful Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.